Mike and I are on the road. See the excitement in Mike's face? Ooh. But we are on a long trip.
Show the city.
Oh.
That's our city. City of brotherly love.
Michael always wanted to travel cross country, so this should be a piece of cake because we're going under 1,000 miles, so 600 something miles, which is pretty far in itself.
Yeah, I drove to Arizona before.
How many stops did you make? More than two?
As in stops, what do you mean by stops?
By not driving and resting.
We pulled over at a parking lot and slept in the car for 2 hours.
Oh.
I think maybe twice.
Okay.
We took 2 small naps.
But the car must have been burning up by the time you...
It was at nighttime, so it wasn't too bad.
That is hard on the vehicle, I know that. The vehicle needs to rest. But, and you also need to fill it with gas, but that's just that's not what I meant. I meant like an actual slept overnight or no.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that. We just pulled over and found a spot that we can pull the truck over and took a couple of naps.
I'm not going to ask what that we is.
There was a guy I used to work for. I was helping him move out there.
Oh, okay. We have so much going on. You would think we'd be filming stuff we have going on, but we don't. We just be living life and forgetting that we should be putting stuff on our YouTube channel, you know. But a lot of things that happen, Mike, you get so engrossed into stuff. You like so laser focused. Like when we thought we was being targeted when we found someone illegal dumping on our property, and it was just like, I guess, consuming you.
Well, it wasn't really consuming me. Well, you said targeted. I was just offended that somebody wants to dump tires off my own property.
But I felt like they knew we weren't there, and I felt like they left them. I feel like something's crawling on me. Oh, it's not. I don't know. I just feel like something's crawling on me ever since you said that. So.
I got to the bottom of it.
I'm not even going to go there. And really, after I told you to get to the bottom of it, you're all like, I got to the bottom of it. You know? So, we figured out the culprit.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And it told us we need to get cameras, security cameras.
You know, we need cameras.
Yeah.
We got them. No, I have to install them.
Yeah. It's his idea. Like, I was willing to be like, if people have these security cameras and they catch people doing these awful things and they can't do anything about it. So
well,
it drives
luckily,
me nuts.
we had a neighbor that had cameras, and I asked to look at his cameras.
And we saw.
And then I'd seen the evidence, and then I said, now I know. And then I said, these are your tires. And they said yes.
Well, we try to keep the peace. We do. We try to keep the peace.
All right.
I'm so tired because we got in so late.
We drove for 10.5 hours. I drove most of it, and then Hannah saved the day before I killed us.
He really didn't like my driving. He's willing to drive us off the road than to just let me take over.
That's not true.
Yes, we are away for the moment, but we are working on some really cool renovations at the house.
Yes, we took a small break down south to visit Hannah's family.
Yeah. But we have work waiting for us when we get back up there.
Yes, we put a fence in our backyard, and we put in a elevated garden bed, which was a lot of work. And Hannah was my inspiration for all of it.
Well, I try to be there as much as possible and try to help whenever I can. I did have things I was working on too, but I didn't want him to feel alone while he was working on the fence. But you know how I am. I'm behind the camera doing a lot of filming and stuff, but I also was there to make sure other things got done. Hello. We are officially leaving South Carolina. We had a good time with my aunt. Very brief trip. You gonna turn the windshield wipers on? I don't know. Anyway, isn't that back camera pretty nice? The aerial view camera, pretty nice. Whoa. And I basically was teasing Michael earlier because Michael wanted to drive the entire way down south, and I was fine with that, but he was getting exhausted. He was so tired. He was like this, driving. And I was like, Michael, are you okay? Because it was scaring me, but I don't know. But bye-bye, son. Oh, she was waving. You enjoying your coffee, Mike?
Yes. I'm enjoying your company even more.
You're full of it. Admit it. You don't like the coffee.
Coffee is so good because I have your presence with it. You make everything so much better.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad to hear it. Mike and I are so excited about being south of the border. This is what you see is south of the border. A lot of Mexican-inspired statues. A lot of
South of the border in North and South Carolina, that is.
yeah. It's the border between North Carolina and South Carolina, and it's supposed to be this big deal. I remember coming here as a kid with my family, and there was so much going on. We would get ice cream. It was just now it's like a dead zone or something. Maybe because it's not quite the summer. I don't know. I was expecting all this fun down here. I don't know. But it is what it is.
It is what it was.
Yeah. I just want to like recap our trip. I know I have some footage on that, but I just thought it was very exhausting, very trying, just the traveling. I was talking about it with one of my co-workers, and she was like, no way. She would have caught the train because she has the experience of driving back and forth with family, and she said it's just hard. Like if you can imagine driving, how many miles was it? 600 something miles?
I don't know.
600 something miles.
A lot.
And it was 10 hours at best, 10 to 12, but
On the way back, definitely longer than 10.
because of the traffic. The traffic was so bad.
And it was downpouring rain.
Yeah.
In the Carolinas, the speed limit is 70 miles an hour. But
Couldn't even take advantage
we
of
were
it.
lucky to do 45.
Yeah, but
Then there was an accident like every 10 miles.
every 10 miles somebody had some car crash, which was not good on the psyche. Like to feel like you're so far from home and accidents are happening all around you, you know, it's not a comfortable feeling. I know you probably felt like I was just relaxing and chilling and you was driving.
No,
and
I did not feel that way. I could feel your anxiety.
Yeah, I was quite like on edge a lot. I just wanted us to get home safe. Michael refused to like stop driving. He would drive for like 4 hours straight, 5 hours straight. He just wouldn't stop. It was different if you would have like drove to Virginia or something. We could just drive 4 hours straight or something like that. I don't know. It just seemed a little easier, but the way the traffic was, the way the storms was going, it was just too much.
My legs kept cramping up.
And then he kept not wanting me to take over, but he just wanted to tell me how much he was suffering. But on the way there, you know, he already had to get off work, and then we had to hit the road during rush hour. So I wanted to help. but he didn't want me to help. He wanted to drive the whole way there.
I told you when I need you, I will definitely speak up, and I did.
He was looking like this the whole time, and it's scary to see someone not blink and look at the road all bent, and I'm like, baby, you okay? And you hate it when I said that. You kept saying, leave me alone. And he told me to go back to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. I tried to take a nap so I could take over if I needed to. I tried to take a nap, but all I can think about is him turning off the road and falling asleep. So I couldn't sleep, and I just kept rubbing you and talking to you because I was afraid you was tired. And then he kept saying, oh, if I need you, I would tell you. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
Many hours later.
yeah, but still he did it. He was holding the wheel like, Hannah, I need you to take over. I'm starting to see things that are not there. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, what? How does it feel to be miles from an exit and you literally tell me you're on your last leg? Like, I told you, don't wait until you, like, done. Just be like, okay, I don't think we take much more. And then, but you acted like you already was seeing things. Like, you should have been telling me when you first...
Well, the first time I seen something, I'm like, wow, I better let her take over.
No, you knew that at least 5-10 minutes that you would, like, you couldn't make it the rest of the way. We had another 100 miles to go, and he was, like, literally hanging off the wheel. And so I had to take over and get us there. He was on the passenger side, like, I thought I might check a pulse or something. Like, he was just like mouth open and everything. Wasn't worried about anything. You went from being afraid of my driving to be like, who cares? Like, whatever happens, happens. And so I joked around with them, and I think it was like an ego thing. Like, oh, I had to get us there, and you know,
For
you
her,
couldn't
I
get
didn't
us
care.
there. So
I had to drive the rest of the way. Well, good.
he was. You felt bad about it.
I didn't feel bad about it. You were making me feel bad about it.
I know. I was teasing
You know.
I was teasing you, and you was letting it get to you. And
But,
then you,
but
you
God
decide,
forbid, you know, she might want to help out on the way home. Oh, I wouldn't hear the end of it then.
But then you decided you was determined to drive the whole way back.
Because I got a good night's sleep and we left early in the morning.
But you still leg cramping up, like back hurting, but you still...
My back was fine. It was my legs.
I think I know why. Because you wanted to get there as fast as possible, and you knew that you would be a faster driver. That's what I'm thinking. That's why.
Well, I'm just, you know, I'm a...
I know you can say experience, because I've been driving longer
I'm not
than
saying
you.
experience. I'm just a better driver. I'm better on the highway.
You hear that? But I was all right to drive that
She don't
last...
like to drive.
I was all right to drive that last 100 miles, though, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not man enough now.
Stop it. But we did take a little break, and we're outside. We don't normally sit outside to do our little talks. We're normally in the dining room or in the living room, but we have been making some changes. So we have plenty of spots around the house where we can chill and talk. And you'll see some changes coming up soon, because I got some more things to post. Yeah.
Thank you.
So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.